to grab a microphone, pull up a Zoom box, get comfortable. Let's go.
La, 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 la.
Monday has come back. Welcome, everyone. Good morning, good evening, and welcome to the Monday Night Online Open Mic presented by the legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I will be your host for the evening. My name is Elemen2al. Happy Monday. Welcome to the jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to it. We've been doing this for 159 weeks, y'all. Can you believe it? Here we are. And let's get it pushing so we can get all the way to this poetry, right? It always does my heart so very good to see everyone in this place, right? As so many weeks that we have been. Let's get to it. We do this every Monday, y'all. Of course, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Listen, if you're watching on one of these streams and you would like to join us in the Zoom, the number is on your screen, 279-995-364. I say this every week, and I truly do mean this. It is a truly different world inside the Zoom. Come and interact with the poets and join the greatest community in the Zoomverse, indeed. We do this week after week thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills. So we would like to thank the National Endowment for the Arts, the New York State Council on the Arts, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, the Amazon Literary Partnership, and the New York Community Trust for hosting our free online events. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to neweurekan.org/contribute or by hitting the Cash App at $ New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Make sure you're plugging in with the dopest tech in the Zoomverse, the one and only RMT. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be. Ron Mark Thompson in the business, man, for real. Make sure you're plugging in with me. This is where you can find me. It's so many things going on, man, for real. The whole storm force is in effect. All right. Tonight's theme, it is absolutely and actually National Haiku Day. All right. So we are in haiku mania. All right. What I've asked everyone to do is at least bring a haiku to start with, and then bring whatever style, whatever form that you are going to bring with. All right. I am looking forward to everyone's haiku and everyone's incredible poetry that you always bring every single evening. you know what? It doesn't matter if your poem is not on theme. We are still looking forward to what you have brought this evening. Next week's theme coming at y'all. Y'all ready? Boom. You only live once, right? You only live once. You know what it is, YOLO. Tell us about why it's so important to be unapologetically you in this life, right? We only get one. Why is it so important for you to be unapologetically you? Tell us about your bucket list, right? Tell us about why you scream poetry so loud, right? Why is it important for you to be unapologetically you? So that's what we're going to be looking at next week. I'm looking forward to what every single poet has to bring and has to offer for that theme. And as usual, like I said, if your poem is not on theme, we are still looking forward to it as always. All right, let's get to the rules so we can get to the poetry. Damn, yeah, we got some here too. Let's get to it. Poets, turn your cameras on. We are trying to simulate a live open mic as much as possible. Plus, we love to see all of the incredible expression that you give when you deliver your poetry. All right. So please turn your cameras on. Plus, as you see mine, I love to see when folks freak out the background. So do your best in just increasing your poetry performance. All right. So turn your cameras on. Make sure you have your poem ready. All right. If you're going analog style, make sure you dog ear the page if necessary. If you are going digital, have your poem pulled up or accessible and ready to rock. If you're using music, which is totally cool, which we love. Listen, I love hearing original music. Please make sure it's original. We don't want the agents of the interweb interfering with our streams at all. So please make sure your music is original. Poets, you have 3 minutes to rock. All right. Please keep cognizant of your time. All right. Listen, we want to make sure that the folks who are at the back of the lineup are still getting all the time and energy and love that they deserve also. All right. So give yourself a 30-second intro. Let it rock. 3 minutes. All right. Listen, man, we are looking forward to every single second of those 3 minutes, as we always are. All right. Listen, we have reached 9:30 for the babies. All right. Check your watches. Right. There are some explicit lyricists in this community, and there are some folks who use some powerful language that can trigger flashbacks, and flashbacks can be very dangerous. So please understand that the founders of the cafe were very big proponents about the freedom of speech, and we will continue to make sure it flows through the veins of everything that we do. Therefore, there is no censorship. Beyond any hatred or any ism that people may use, right, to manipulate people, which will not be tolerated, there is no censorship. All right. Thou hast been warned. All right. This is a true call and response space. All right. After the poets open up their hearts, open up their veins to give you a piece of their spirit, a piece of their soul, you will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to share your energy with the room, share your energy with the poet, let them know that you are here, that you felt what they did. All right. Continue to say, every ounce of energy that you share with the poet, they're going to return to you in their poetry performance. So don't worry about the noise, y'all. It's Monday night. It's the rowdiest night of the week anyway. You know how we do. Unmute yourself and let the folks know that you're in here. All right. So sign up tonight is closed, right? Sign-ups begin 24 hours before the open mic, which is Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. All right. To sign up, you go to newyourekan.org. You click on full events calendar. You click on the Monday that you want to get down on. All right. You need an artist RSVP ticket. That's the only way that you're going to get on the guaranteed list is with an artist RSVP ticket, and they will not populate until 24 hours before the show. All right. So plug in. All right. It's a hot ticket, baby. Plug in for real. All right. Also going on in the brick and mortar, right, is the Monday Night Slam hosted by B. The artist that's going on right now. All right. That as we speak, that's happening in the building. All right. Also coming up shortly, right, is the Monday night open mic hosted by Soul Preem. That's going to be, again, starting shortly once the slam is over. Also Wednesday, right, hosted by Felicia Cade. Coming up, also the slam hosted by Jay Rose coming up on Wednesday. Also, keep in mind that there's the Chasing Joy Writing Workshop Series. This week is going to be hosted by Vanessa Chica. Don't forget about, of course, Thunder Lung Thursdays, which you know who it is. You know what it is, y'all. Also, Friday Night Slam with Jive. And, listen, if you're about that slam life, make sure you get down with those scores, all right? And, of course, coming up very soon, hosted by the one and only Paul Conqueso, Voices and Vibes. Listen, it's going down, y'all. Of course, you will see this again. The QR code is active. If you want to get down, make sure you do scan the code so you can get your tickets. It's going down for real. Tonight's list. Oh, my goodness. Can you see this? Can you believe all these wonderful, incredible poets have come to spend their Monday night with us? Listen, believe it or not, y'all, let's get to it. Oh, my goodness. There are all my rowdy friends here on Monday night. It is so great to see all of you. Oh, my goodness. I'm telling you, the dopest night of the week. And let's get to it, y'all. All right, as I'm posting tonight's list in the chat, and I will break it down into pieces as we go along. Let's get to the opener this evening. The leadoff hitter this evening. Listen, there was once upon a time that this cat was always in the number one spot. All right. Again, this dude, I continue to say, this dude is the count of contact for real. The only dapper gent I know in this Zoom verse, the one and only DG Clearing is in the building. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know where they can find you online. It's always great to see you, DG. Set it off in here. Let's go.
It is always good to see you, Elemental. This is going to be a great night of haikus. Thanks for being here. 5 doves on the wing. 7 crows caw at their flight. 5 hawks pierce the sky. 5 doves on the wing. 7 crows caw at their flight. 5 hawks pierce the sky. 5 doves on the wing. 7 crows caw at their flight. 5 hawks pierce the sky. 5 doves on the wing. 7 crows caw at their flight. 5 hawks pierce the sky. 5 doves on the wings. 7 crows caw at their flight. 5 hawks pierce the sky. 5 doves on the wing. 7 crows caw at their flight. 5 hawks pierce the sky. 5 doves on the wing. 7 crows caw at their flight. 5 hawks pierce the sky. 5 doves on the wing. 7 crows caw at their flight. 5 hawks pierce the sky. Five doves on the wing. 7 crows caw at their flight. 5 hawks pierce the sky. 5 doves on a wing. 7 crows caw at their flight. 5 hawks pierce the sky. 5 doves on the wing, 7 crows caw at their flight. 5 hawks pierce the sky. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. So I know that we all just kind of witnessed that, right? We all just kind of felt that at the same time. I believe so. Right. Unmute yourself. Give it up for DG Clear.
Yeah.
Way to start it off, DG.
Yeah.
DJ
Clearing.
Only you. Only you.
Right. right? Only
Thanks,
they'll
everyone.
bleed.
I'm looking
Listen,
so forward to everybody else's haikus tonight and poems. Thank you.
Thank you.
and then he had the nerve to say, "Oh, I know I just set it on fire. Now let's keep the blaze going." Oh my goodness, DG. Listen, not only did he say the syllables, but he said the numbers. Like, come on. Like that is true expression, right? Thank you, DG. Like I said, that's the count of contact. That dude just does that, right? Like 15 different ways of Thank you, DG. Listen, that's how you really embody Poetry Month, right? And really give all the energy to what you do. Thank you, DG, for doing what you do. All right, let's keep it going, y'all. Starship has left the building. Let's get to it. Coming up next, this incredible poet has a play coming out very soon that is, listen, it is going to change the way people interact with theater and how people feel poetry. Trust and believe you when I tell you this poet is that incredible. The one and only Vale Larkin is in the building. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know where they can find you, Vale, and all the incredible things you do. Always great to see you. Take it away.
Hi, thanks. I'm going to put my links up in chat. There's a link to buy tickets to the play. It's either in person or live stream anywhere in the world. All ticket profits are being donated to two organizations that support the homeless community, one in New York City and one in Pittsburgh, where I am. And it's being put on in New York City, so we're doing an organization there too. I was going to read two poems in a haiku, but I'm going to forgo one of the poems and say something, hopefully without rambling too much. I'm going to start a timer. For those who don't know me, or some of you who do, just to let everybody know, I am a disabled writer. I use a wheelchair, and this bed you see me sitting in is pretty much where I live, especially since COVID, because I'm very vulnerable. So the community of poets online has been more life-saving than I can possibly express. When COVID happened, I stopped being able to go out to live events. By the time COVID was over, my health was so bad that I probably couldn't go to live events, even if it weren't for COVID out there. The friendships I've found, the connections I've found, the people I've heard and seen here are just so life-alteringly wonderful. The play that Elemen2al mentioned only happened because of Nuyo. The connections I made at Nuyo directly led to me being able to do this play. So I will start with my haiku, and then I have a poem I wrote for all of you. Being non-traditional, I've titled my haiku, Akbar's cat. Cat tummy, so soft and exposed. It's a trap. No one Star Wars, really? Okay. Here we go. If I don't enough for the poets, have I said it? I love you. I love you all. When you sing your songs to me, and isn't this all music here and everywhere? And you show your hearts, your scars, your missing pieces, and aching overflow. I love you, and your honesty, and your bravery, and how you open and reach to share, and how all of these are together words, requiring the subject, the object, the great world of things to hold close to one another, to ourselves. Do I say it so seldom? I love you. I can see you all boxed and apart, and yet you whisper, and I watch the tendrils thread the spaces between us like they are laughing nonsense, making us part of the whole, the great body, life, earth, and the taste of language, like the richest ripe melange, like the flavor of everything together, perfectly balanced, united, complete in our singular variety. Have I ever told you that I love you? Have I showed my love in the brightness of my smile? Each time my brow creases enthralled to your pathos and my lips tip up, I gasp at your passion and your illuminated reality, your redolent truth overcome me. Have I showed you? I loved you. Every indrawn breath, every rustle of page or notebook paper, each moment you stare into my eyes, our eyes, all together looking in. And when your voice sings out, you bring us every note in chorus, resonating soul to soul. Have I said it? I love all of you. The sweetest song to me is our song.
Well, you know, there are poets and then there are Vale Larkin. Unmute yourself, give it up for Vale Larkin.
Wonderful.
Love you too,
We love you too.
Oh, such
Ah.
a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
To listen to. That was such beautiful words. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you always for your vulnerability.
Yeah.
Oh, it really is, and you'll hear me say this multiple times throughout the evening. So sorry, but not sorry. This is why I love our community, right? As Vale mentioned, right, their poem would not have come together without the connection that we see here, right? And due to that, you get a chance to see those things, right? To hear someone tell you that they love you, your scars and your missing pieces. Do I say it so seldom, right? Because as they mentioned, we are a part of a whole, right? Have I showed my love in the brightness of my smile? Yes, Vale. Yes, you have. Every time you show up, your smile does shine bright enough for us to see it. Thank you for sharing all of your incredible work and your Monday nights with us. All right, y'all. Coming up next, the only Jedi Master I know in this galaxy, the only poet I know that has been in the same space and clearly published in the same space as the original New Eurekan Poets. This gentleman, I'm telling you, if you are not familiar, prepare yourself for the one and only Paul Skiff. Unmute yourself, let the folks know where they can find you, OG. Please take it away. Always great to see you.
Oh, thanks again. And thanks everybody for being here again. Vale, thank you so much for that witnessing. I think I can really safely say there are some people I knew who opened the door to the cafe back in 1988 who would be deeply touched and mightily affirmed by what you said. Sorry, folks, I don't got no haiku tonight. I'm just going to do the last half of this tribute poem for the 3rd anniversary, and I think I can get through this in 3 minutes. Let's see if we get going here. Awaken, awaken, awaken with me in the neighborhood where people are drawn because of its poetry. Each surviving voice a sonic smooch from the long ago founders' visionary imperative. Yes, where you are right now, this living apothecary of medicinal language. Yes, I know, but yes, I know. In the 3rd year of the mutagenic pestilence, hate culture sells religious freedom as extermination of women's choice. Whole states have social responsibilities politically engineered to be antisocial, oppressing gender nonconformists. It's called protecting children, while protecting gun owners is sanctified with prayers and hopes for children. Guns kill. Banning books while putting backward restrictions on teaching are the plan for public endarkenment. Ungodly godmongers, intoxicated on self-pride, militarize faith with the vulgar bamboozle of politics. But here, that's right, here, What began us returns, reverberating with celebration. Our love has circled the year like a planet of voices through the founder's solar vision. This neighborhood illuminates you in the place right there where you are in the world right now, embraced by this neighborhood that attracts humans by their ears. For there is no other single neighborhood in the whole world known for its poetry. Do you see the founder's vision? There is only one life. All live as singular time passengers. This is the dimension of liberty, a grace within you that can only be sensed with your humanity. Be it known to you who have come to listen, welcome to our alive abration. Recover, preserve, promote, protect, raise up. Truth, a freedom shout emanating from the base of your spine where your mother emplaced it long ago. The human body finds natural sound by use of voice. My voice, my body, body, voice, my voice, body, voice, 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 body, my voice, voice, choice, my body, my voice, my choice, my body, my choice, my body, my choice, because our bodies carry our voice, because our voices carry our choice, because it is from choice our dignity rises. Be it known to you who ponder where my madness, my unsettledness rises from, gifted to me by my mother. Her no compromise and free thinking build me. She prepared me for bearing dust and ashes. My lungs still harbor in privilege honor as sacred walking hereafter for 3,000 pulverized souls. Each morning I awake with a poem in my mouth. That is not a nor'easter lightning storm rumbling down from New England you hear rattling your soul windows, not a churning bomb cyclone whirligig howling up from the Gulf, flooding the street corner of your avoidance, not the rebellion bomb desecrating the Francis Tavern of your ideas about entertainment, nor the basement of the weathermen exploding out onto the 14th Street of your normality. What you are hearing is the part of my incendiary spirit, the shining emanation of a creative force, lovingly encouraged by the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. Bienvenidos a la zona de libertad, seres queridos. If you did not know by now, la puerta está abierto de par en par. In the third year of the freak microbe's reign, the world has remained horribly wrecked with base meanness, political stupidity, senseless violence, irreligious pieties, backward oppression, crude profit motives, destructive, masculine ego feasts, all a pestilent heart sickness created by humans themselves. So let us prescribe to ourselves the work we have always done to forge our togetherness. I was called to this meeting. I was called to this meeting. I was called to this transmission. I manifest as a defiant light in this transmission meeting to celebrate our love at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe in the sky. Celebrate our love at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe in the sky.
Yeah. Just 1 second. Just 1 second, because that dude just did that. Just 1 second. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Paul Skip.
Oh, hey.
We love you,
Great.
Paul.
So
Yes.
wonderful.
Good.
Oh, you
Thank-
disappeared.
What?
Oh,
No, no.
you disappeared
Crazy.
graciously.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, that's beautiful.
The skip verse, that is so the skip verse. Such powerful, true words.
Mm.
Oh boy, DG, right? The force is strong with that one. For real. Listen, you know, Paul Skip, you are indeed an apothecary of medicinal language, because you do that, right? Every time you come here, right? Goodness, do you see the founder's vision? Listen, I'm thankful that you are here to remind us that the founder's vision continues within us and every single one of these people that have found themselves as members of our community, right? Spilling out onto 14th Street of your normality. Listen, this dude, right? The door is open. In case you didn't catch that language flip, the door is open. So please make sure you find yourself here every Monday night, because that only happens when we travel into the Skip first. Thank you, Paul Skip, for being such a valued member of our community. You truly grace us with your presence. All right, coming up next, where is this cat? I know I heard some bells going off. I know I heard it. There he is. Of course, the bells are going off and the cats are going crazy, because the fireman can is in the building, y'all. Let me tell y'all, this cat has always got a rhyme on deck to break your neck. Come on, y'all. Give it up for the one and only Eddie Foreman. Come on, Eddie. Tell them where they can find you online. Take it away.
No problem, my brother. No matter like words like thunder. Woo, you always burn boringness right under. All right. If you want to follow me, please feel free. It's in the chat, so you know where it's at. So my name is April-17-2023. Feeling fantastic. Please give me time to go drum a rhyme for Awful Sublime. I got 5 haikus from Chanson's wonderful haiku workshop, where the fun never stops. First haiku is: love is love, simple to say and easy to do. And the second haiku is: you seem tough, but life is tougher. Third haiku is: if you try being everything, you'll end up being nothing. And fourth haiku is: let me express my gratitude by offering a helping hand. Don't feel yellow, red, or blue. You need to understand nothing goes as planned. And the final haiku is: love is brimming by people who are thinking of the beginning, middle, and ending. Never about time that's slowly thinning. Thank you.
You see, this is why I love the haiku form, because everybody has their own interpretation. I love it. Unmute yourself, give it up for Ed Poetaster.
Eddie,
yeah.
Eddie the fireman. Thank
Beautifully
you.
expressed.
fantastic.
Ed, love it.
Eddie, right?
Well done.
This is what I love about poets, right? Because every poet is going to accept the challenge very differently, right? It's very different from the way that Eddie approached it than the way that DG approached it, and the way that everyone else is going to approach it, right? How you approach just this something that is structurally very simple, but it has so much depth to it. And this is what I love. This is what I love about our community. Because listen, if you are not familiar with the greatest community in the Zoomverse, you are going to see these poets stretch what your imagination believes is haiku. Thank you, Eddie, right? That cat said by offering a helping hand. This is what we do as a community. We offer helping hands to each other. Appreciate you, Eddie, for always coming through with the heat. All right, coming up next, our resident beanie goddess, aka books on books on books, and has the nerve to be a dope real estate agent and a marathon runner. Listen, if you don't know this poet, they are all about so many different type of things, and then they have the nerve to be a dope ass poet on top of that. The one and only Deadpan Lizzie is in the building. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know how they can connect with all the incredible things that you do. Lizzie, take it away. Great to see you.
Thank you. Beanie Blessings, E, Ray J, and RMT in the community. You can find me on IG, ES_Strauss, and I'll drop the, it's in my box, but I'll drop my website and everything in the chat when I'm finished. So to honor International Haiku Day, I did a sloppy Poe, which is actually a form created by our very own Generalissimo, Brian Franco. So thank you, Brian, who also created a form in the community. Many others have as well. What a sloppy Poe is, for those that aren't familiar, it is 2 haikus. They don't have to be the same haiku, but they can, basically sandwiching another form of poetry. So in between my 2 haikus, I have a ghazal, which is Arabic verse, which I've been practicing for National Poetry Month. And then also a cinquan, which is a 5-line verse poem, which is French. So this is a not sloppy Poe. Not their first nor last, then why give them a free pass? Let the dead grass be. Why do we give people second chances? Safety. Why are we hopeful their bubbles will burst? Safety. We are not Dr. Frankenstein's monster that can turn into angels. We cannot be thirsty if there are no watering holes to drink from. Safety. When he built the monster and Miss Shelley wrote the book, it was not for us to become versed. Safety. Each chapter simply unfolds more horror. 'Tis not for us to be nursed. Safety. When we will be thrown away, when will we throw away the baby bottles for maturity? Too scared to dive in head first. Safety. The only pain that will stay, the unversed abuse we let remain. Safety. Patterns are not mistakes to just even be justified. Cover up with a Band-Aid shatter. Their time is way up. They do not know how to change. Let the flowers bloom. Thank you.
I keep telling y'all, this is the greatest community in the world. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Deadpan Lizzie.
Yeah,
Amazing.
Some very
Yeah.
powerful words in there.
Amazing.
Some word
All right,
salad.
Lizzie.
That Frankenstein
Thank you,
line.
Pam. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Thank you
Great.
very
That
much.
line was,
Agree
that
with that.
line was
Good
fire.
Good
job.
Yeah.
Love
Thank you.
Love
So
it.
nice to hear your words.
Mhm.
Oh boy. Like, listen, again, this is what I love about our community. I'm coming back at you, Deadpan. Coming back at you. So you mentioned, right? And I know you were kind of, setting it up before your poem. Go back through the sloppy prose. Go back. Tell the folks how, again, which is why I'm telling folks why this is the greatest community of the world, right? This poet, who you just heard, created their own style, but they used another style created by another one of our poets to flip it. Run it back, Deadpan, tell them.
Yeah, no, thank you. I simply just wanted to honor another member of our community when I was putting together, because I'm doing a 30 for 30 form instead of prompts for National Poetry Month to challenge myself, and hopefully it challenges all the other poets in the community and creatives beyond. And Brian had let me know, in addition to the Sanka, which is another form of his, which we did last week, that he has a form of haiku, and given it's International Haiku Day, I wanted to make that, the breads that end the sandwich. And then I've been loving ghazal poetry. I just learned it recently for doing my research for National Poetry Month, and I love that's like 5 to 15 couplets, but for time and respect, I only did 6. And then I learned what a cinquan was recently, and I just thought it was beautiful. So it kind of was a nice little making of a poetry sandwich for me. It was really fun. So thank you, Brian, for the form, and I hope that many other people in our community do forms. And Nemo also has a form, he has microtriptych. So just many more forms to learn from each other, and it's really a blessing that we get to have that, especially in just our family here.
Indeed, Lizzie. Thank you. Listen, we will hear from the Iron Chef later, but that dude is always, I'm telling you, even when people borrow his style, it's still tasty, right? That dude he kind of like Bobby Flay in a sense, right? Thank you, Lizzie, for taking the time to kind of go through that. And listen, again, this is why I say this, right? The greatest community around, because we share our own styles, we invent things, we gain confidence, right? And it's because we understand that people are listening. We are here week after week, not only just being here, but we are encouraging each other and sharing that energy. Listen, it's all over the world, folks, right? So thank you for being here, truly. Coming up next, this gentleman, oh my goodness, we haven't had a chance to hear his poetry in a while, but he is always coming through to support us. We call this gentleman Professor Platinum. The one and only Doug Silver is in the building. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know where they can find you online. Professor, it's great to see you. Take it away.
Thank you, Elemental, very much. It's great to see and hear you and all the poets as always. First, a haiku. Better this living, giving without the counting, never expecting. And next, a haiban, which is a prose poem, often but not always, about traveling. It was popularized by Matsuo Basho, like so much of Japanese poetry, and it is followed by a traditional haiku. The purpose of the haiku is to succinctly capture the essence, the deeper meaning of the preceding prose poem. So first, this is a haiban prose poem. To be honest, I've been looking for the poem in all of this, not the poem itself, but its trigger, its spark, moving my mother of 90 and change into an assisted living facility, not just the move itself, but the month of paperwork and the money. It's always the money. And then while we're there that first day, setting up her new rooms, her new life, I find the string of lights that goes around the roof of a detailed replica of her house, her old house, we're calling it already, that a neighbor painstakingly built for her. And they're all tangled, this copper wire with these little glass lights. And I'm doing all this in my mother's new bedroom when I'm supposed to be finding something more important, like a paper prescription for one of her medicines that's running out, or a wool coat she can wear if she goes outside. But there's these lights and their wire all tangled and stubborn enough to stay that way. And I'm thinking of giving up on them and coming back maybe when I have more time, thinking this more than once, but I stick with it and with them. And just as I'm finishing up all this unimportant business and laying the lights down one side and looping them around the perfect little chimney and down the other side of this intricate replica of her old house, I hear my mother shuffling toward me. What's taking so long? As she enters the doorway to her new bedroom. I hit the switch with the batteries to turn on the lights, and my mother stops and laughs and says to me after all this, "Thank you so much. I never would have done it without you." And now here's the haiban haiku that follows that. Sometimes we're saying little messages that are bigger than we know. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks. That's a haiban.
Much bigger than we know, sir. Much bigger. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Doug
Thank you.
Silver.
That was just wonderful. Doug,
that
so
was
beautiful.
Thanks, everybody. Try doing a haiban sometime. They're fun. Great form by Basho.
Yeah.
I love that giving without the counting. That's beautiful.
Thank you, Zonkanto.
Right. Listen, again, this is how our community grows. Right? He mentioned some names that some of us may not be familiar with. Make sure you go back and watch the replay so you can catch what Doug Silver said, the form that he mentioned. He enjoyed writing that, right? And this is what I love about our craft, right? Because sometimes we truly just love doing this. We really just enjoy doing this, right? And you come across people that enjoy doing it and you get poems like that. Thank you, Doug, right? Just giving without the counting, right? It was just like, come on, like, come on. That is what we do, right? We give and give with our artistry. We give and give with our creativity. We don't count how many poems. We don't count how many days and evenings and afternoons and how many words and stanzas and syllables. That's irrelevant. It's about being here. It's about sharing that art and expressing that part of you. Thank you, Doug Silver, for being here. A valued member of our community. Make sure you are plugging in with Doug Silver. Whoo, I told y'all we are underway. Here comes another one coming straight at you. Hope your medulla strapped on tight, because he's about to oblongata with some incredible poetry for real. One thing I can tell you about this gentleman, he is not your damn chihuahua. The one and only Mr. Tez Somok is in the building. Unmute yourself, Mr. Tez. Let the folks know where they can find you online. Tell them it's time for our Tez Talk. Take it away.
All right, folks can catch me on Instagram under Gashes2019. I will start with the obligatory haiku. Here goes. I will not crow it out to you. The symmetry breaks. You're looking for order. Emergence is blind. All right, so we're going to continue with our next episode on Time Tacos, El Cuento, the story. You can almost hear Lalo Guerrero's voice with its warm baritone and inviting, with a clear, strong tone. As he got older, his baritone got deeper, grandfatherly, and sweeter like mezcal. He had a vocal range that spanned from the low E below middle C to the high A above middle C. This range allowed him to sing a wide variety of music, from classical Mexican to popular Chicano music. He was a natural storyteller, and his songs were often full of humor, wit, and nostalgia. He could capture the essence of the Mexican-American experience in his music, and his songs became anthems for a generation of Chicanos. Guerrero's storytelling style was unique, using humor and satire to make his point, and a knack for finding the humor in the most difficult situations. He was a master of wordplay, and his songs were full of clever puns and double entendres. In other words, un alburero. In La Bamba, as you all may know the song, Guerrero tells the story of a young man who is killed in a car accident, and it is full of humor, wit, and nostalgia. The song begins with a young man, Richie Valens, getting ready to go to a dance. He's excited and nervous, and he sings about how he wants to make a good impression to the girl he likes. As he is driving to the dance, he gets into a car accident and is killed. The song ends with friends and family mourning his death. Guerrero's storytelling style is evident in the way he tells this story. He uses humor and wit to make the story more engaging, and he also uses nostalgia to evoke a sense of loss and sadness. The song is a powerful and moving tribute to a young man who died too soon. It is a reminder of the importance of cherishing the time we have with our loved ones. Along with Doug Silver's piece. Another example of Lalo Guerrero tells the World II experience of Chicano youth in Los Angeles from his song El Pachuco. El Pachuco is a celebration of the Pachuco culture, which was a subculture of Mexican Americans that emerged in the 1940s. The song is full of energy and swagger, and it captured the spirit of the Pachuco era. The song begins with the Pachuco describing himself and his culture. He sings along how he is proud to be a Pachuco, and he celebrates the Pachuco's unique style and attitude. Then the song goes in to describe the Pachuco's experience in the world. He sings about how he has been discriminated against and marginalized, but he also sings about how he has preserved and found persevered and found success. The song ends with the Pachuco declaring that he's proud to be a Pachuco, and he challenges the world to accept him for who he is. The song is a powerful moving tribute to the Pachuco culture. It is a reminder of the importance of celebrating our differences and standing up for what we believe in. In Lacanian terms, we stand by our desire. This is where the story of Skippy and Tito, two youths from East LA, begins, the hook. Skippy walks to the bus bench at Ford and Whittier Boulevard, slumps down, overwhelmed by the low rumbling of cars, trucks, and buses moving at high speeds. He's looking towards the source of all possibilities, and here he is sidelined, waiting for Tito. This is the usual place they meet. Occasionally, the hair on his neck rises from the squealing tires of cars braking, the sudden ducking reflex of the sudden mufflers backfiring, simulating a drive-by, or the occasional OMG from the heavy thump of cars trying to occupy the same space at the same time, unable to overcome one of those laws of physics. He stares out, looking for possibilities away from East Los Angeles barrio. Does that thoroughfare lead to a way from all that anchors him at the El Sol shuttle bus stop? Tito finally arrives. Vámonos, way! Tito signals, interrupting Skippy's emancipatory mirage. We'll stop here.
Oh, are you kidding? Are you kidding? Unmute yourself. Give it up for Mr. Tezasomo.
Great job. Great
That
job.
was so good.
We
stand by our desire. Yeah.
Powerful,
Yeah.
powerful, indeed.
Just words that have to be recorded and saved forever. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, DG.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you for that, DG. Listen, Mr. Tez continues to do, listen, there are stories that are told, right, that we know and that are a part of our lexicon, right? I love pop culture references. I use a lot of them. But this incredible poet just took us to a whole nother depth of the story of a movie and a song that we are all familiar with, right? He said his songs became anthems for generations of Chicanos. Generations, right? Mr. Tez, you continue to do that. And I thank you for staying dedicated to what you do and truly, truly continuing to push our craft forward. Thank you, really. For every piece of storytelling that you bring. There's only one Mr. Tezasomo. I'm telling you, make sure you connect with his work. It is on Amazon, I believe. Make sure you're connecting with Mr. Tezasomo, a valued member of our community. Thank you, Mr. Tez. Coming up next, this poet, I always look forward to hearing this poet. Even when their poems are like one word. All right, they came through for the anniversary, right? And they're just like, here's an excerpt from a poem. And it was like one word. It was like, oh no, I need more. The one and only Marilee Johnson is in the building. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know where they can find you, Marilee. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you very much, Elemental. I come a lot on Mondays, so you can find me here. Happy Haiku Day. I have a few haikus and a few other short poems. Some I wrote in response to the 3030 Facebook poetry group daily April prompts. So the first haiku, the prompt was invitation. You're welcome to crash in my heart next weekend since I'll be out of town. She sells seashells. He picks peppers. Next, rubber baby buggy bumpers. I have 4 pankus. I'll explain the form. I'm impressed that several people are doing several other people's poetry forms. So Deadpan Lizzie is the originator of the panku form. I always do the short form, which is 9 words long. And then there's another form, which is slightly longer, 9 lines of 9 words. And I just found out there's also an epic form, which is 9 stanzas of 9 lines of 9 words. So I'm starting out with 4. The first was to the prompt apathy sandwich. I would time travel, but I'm an armchair traveler. And the second prompt, it was first word sounds like. Morning dove coos, great aunt's house hoves into memory. Watching Big Bird without sound. Can anyone beak read? I'd have explained, but you left. Despair on my sleeve. I wrote the next 3 from a writers meetup group I went to last night with Tab Mindu moderating. 3 lines each. Walking down a sidewalk, I looked into a puddle, and there I was. Did I play in puddles as a child? I was either too young or now too old to remember. I don't recall mud-spattered clothes. I leapt over a puddle and landed awkwardly beside a man who gave me his hand. We giggled, had coffee, got married. And the last one was to the prompt secret ingredient. What's in a shampoo that makes hair glisten, detangle, gentle enough to have no more tears? Quite a claim, preventing sorrow while ensuring presentable hair. Thanks very much for listening. I really appreciate it.
What? Oh my goodness. Did she just give Johnson & Johnson a new slogan? I don't know. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Marilyn Johnson.
Marilyn does it again. Love to hear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Nice. Honor the
We're so
floor.
good. So appreciated,
That's the
Marilyn.
community.
Thank you.
Interesting.
Marilyn, good job. Good job.
Intriguing words.
Okay, listen, I will continue to say the only way, in my opinion, clearly I'm biased. The only way that these companies will make $1 million, millions of millions on stupid millions of dollars in advertising is if they hire a poet. That's the only way it'll happen. I'm telling you the truth. If we get involved in that game, it's over. So, maybe we can, start a union of marketing executives. You know what I mean? Anyway, thank you, Marilyn, for coming through with all your incredible work. Listen, this is why I continue to say this, right? They, again, mentioned a form created by a member of our community. Come on, y'all. This is how we do it, right? This is how we're keeping the founder's dream alive, right? Like the OG said, this is how we're doing it, right? By not only creating our own styles, but sharing it with each other and then sharing it in our own poetry. Man, I'm telling you, it's just one of those nights. Real quick, let me shout out some folks who are in the building. Mia Aguilera is in the building. Always great to see you. Mia, her energy is always dope. Make sure you're plugging in. Her pictures are incredible. Kyle Studstill, I saw that he was in the building. Another mainstay of our community. Melinda Lucas is here. One day, Melinda, we are going to hear your poetry. I'm telling you, we are going to hear it one day. Joan B is in the building. Always great that you are in the building. Truly appreciate your energy. The Magus is in here. Gustav Salas is in the building. Listen, if you are not familiar with Gustav Salas, make sure you are plugging in with the Magus. That dude is incredible all the damn time. Marsha Rivera is in the building. Always appreciate you, Marsha, for coming through. All right. Let's get to it, y'all. Let's get back to it. Coming up next, shout out to Guerrilla Poets in the building. This gentleman mentioned by, Books on Books. This gentleman, I'm pretty sure, is about to take us on a micro triptych to somewhere. So make sure you are strapped in tight and ready for the one and only Nemo Soom in the building. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know where they can find you online, man. It's always great to see you, Nemo. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Elemental. I'm Nemo. You can find me on nemosoomwords.com, where you can download digital copy of my book. So I have a haiku tonight, and then I have a different form of triptych. So not the micro triptych, but a different form. So here we go. You should be advised, this small selection of words may be a haiku. Red, not properly proportioned for flight. The heralds of hopelessness beat their great black wings to stay aloft in a sky choked with red. Green, the rain persists. Drops from leaves become streams into rivers. Gray covers green, covers brown, while the clear water washes it all away. Blue, the air crackles with invisible bolts. In the distance, towering white thunderheads encroach on a blue sky. Thank you.
Yeah, micro triptych king. God damn it. Unmute yourself, give it up for Nemo soon.
It's gorgeous, Nemo.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh,
Always love your work. Great.
yeah.
I
feel like I'll be
microdosing.
Okay.
Nice work. Thank you so much, everyone.
Got a micro dose for every micro triptych that we go on with Nemo soon. Absolutely. Listen. The way he started that poem, right? That's gonna make me rethink how I start my poem, because that was absolutely stunning. He said, "You should be advised." God damn it! Like, it's something so simple, right? You should be advised, right? Like the Wrath of Khan. There's an earwig that's about to crawl inside you and do this thing to your brain. Appreciate you, Nemo. Again, shout out to the Gorilla Poets in the room. That dude does this, a mainstay of Monday night. Damn, Nemo. Dope. Appreciate you, man. All right, coming up next, a newer member of our community. Listen, there's only few people in this world that can really pull off a Joker green hair and then have the nerve to be dope with it when they open their mouth. But this poet does it. The one and only Kid Tay is in the building. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know where they can find you online. Listen, it's always great to see you. Take it away.
Hey, so you can find me on Instagram. My Instagram is Kitay_ the Poetic Cat, and it's cat with a K. And also I have nails to match the hair too, just saying. And I was declawed. They were longer, I broke a nail. Anyway, I'll make a haiku out of that another time. So I'm only going to be sharing haikus tonight. I have a bunch of these that I already wrote probably like over a year or so ago. And then I have a couple that I just did like in the last like half an hour. All right. I took off my coat and placed it in my closet. I shut off the lights. I went for a walk, hoping to find peace of mind. I felt so alive. Looking to discover a secret among others, lies to uncover. Mountains with blankets, white-colored bliss creates this beautiful terrain. Angels sing along, a passion that's a haven for the spirit's home. Cold, trapped, and alone, a feeling that wraps me up and grips me tightly. Confusing deceit surrounding your energy, the red flags appear. Revealed intentions brought forth to my attention. I change directions. Each haiku tells me I breathe creativity. It was never lost. A system abused, falsely accused criminals looking for justice. And that's about it. I have two others that I didn't finish yet, so I'm not going to read that. But yeah, like I didn't really plan on reading any others tonight. I just wanted to do the haikus and stick to that.
Listen, you came and dropped a bomb on us. Oh my goodness. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Kitay.
Yeah,
Good job. Very powerful.
creativity. Yeah.
Thanks for going to your
Yeah.
Great epiphanies. Great epiphanies.
Right.
And
Okay. Real quick. I'm coming back at you for that one, Maze. Listen. So many beautiful lines in all those haiku, right? A passion that's a haven. Absolutely no doubt about it. That's what we have found ourselves in. Truly, indeed. Revealed intentions. I breathe creativity. I was never lost. Maze, coming at you. You said beautiful epiphanies. What did you mean by that?
if a haiku is supposed to be this very verbose, vernacular way to sum up something that can't be really touched, like the epiphanies typically is this cerebral thing, you know, not a physical thing that you can touch. It's like these beautiful and syllables too, like the sounds of them. Like it was just beautiful epiphanies. Like it made me think of stuff like, oh shit, yeah, that applies to me. Oh shit, yeah, that applies to me too. So yeah, it's beautiful epiphanies, things I never thought about.
Dope. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. DG Clearing, coming at you. Tell me about how you feel about those haiku, right? And about, again, what Maze has said about the epiphanies that come along with haiku.
You know, the epiphany, I'm lost for words. You know, the epiphany of a haiku is you know, just takes you by surprise. You know, a slap on the face or a kiss on the cheek. You know, that's what poetry does. That's what haiku does, short or long. And he's pretty damn good at it. So.
This guy said he was at a loss for words. You see what I'm saying? This is what I love about poetry, right? When you connect to a certain energy, it just takes over and you say what you absolutely feel. Thank you, DG. Truly appreciate you. Listen, again, this is why I love our community, right? Breathe creativity. I was never lost. Damn right. I was never lost. I may have been off course a little bit until I ran into this greatest community in the world. I haven't been lost ever since. So before we move on, I am going to pass it to the dopest tech in the Zoom verse. The one and only Ron Mark Thompson is in the building. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be. Ron, listen, look at this dude. This dude's drip stays on wet. You see that shit? Listen, this dude is always on point. Ron, tell the people what it is this evening. Great to see you, Ron. Come on, man.
It's great to see you as well. I am in the New Regan Poets Cafe downstairs. Yes, I'm showing you the New Regan Poets Cafe shirt. Also, cups. So if you want to support us, you know, as you know, our online open mics are still free, but you can support us by buying merchandise, t-shirts, hats, sweaters, cups, you know, or you can donate and contribute. I'm going to put all the links in the chat. So thank you again, everyone, for supporting us. I am Ron Mark Thompson, your tech assistant in the background. Just before I go to New Regan Poets Cafe's programs, I just want to let you know that I also run an organization, the Bronx Art and Fun Hub, with a few workshop and programs each month. A few weeks ago, we started a Sunday evening writers meetup, which is alternatively hosted by Tabitha Adams and Mary Lee Johnson, both of you who you know. If anyone would like to join us online in Zoom every Sunday evening, just DM me or reach out to me on social media. And I want to remind everyone also again, because Elemen2al is part of the production crew, Vale Larkin's stage play is coming to New York City. It actually was Mary Lee who reminded me. Mary Lee got her tickets. I'm going to try to get a ticket for the live stream. It's this Friday, Saturday, on Sunday, in person at the Chelsea Theater in the Chelsea neighborhood in Manhattan, New York, or you can also get the live stream. So I really recommend that you see that. Val, kudos to you, you know, for getting the community together, for writing this play, for presenting it. I'm really proud of you. So support Vale and the community with this. So this was personal ones. Now let me get to the New Regan Poets Cafe. Let me share my screen here. Okay, and here we go. And you know the online offerings that we have. We are currently in one, the Monday night online open mic, every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern time, all hosted by Elemen2al. Also, we have our Thursday online open mic, 9 p.m. Eastern time. That one is hosted by Ray Chain. And every first Wednesday of the month, Beatniks Online, hosted and curated by our executive director, La Brua. Also, this month, we have 2 more classes of the Chasing Joy writing workshop series. Thursdays in Zoom, 6 p.m. This week, Vanessa Chica. Next week, Cap, our team member here at the New York Poets Cafe. You may purchase tickets already online on our ticket site. And we have several weekly on-site programs. You may have seen it in our newsletter. You may have even stopped by. On Monday nights, we started a new slam hosted by the Bee. She just had her second edition earlier this evening, 6 p.m. Eastern time. I was there. It was great turnout. We had regular New York poets who come and support us. We had new ones that never been to the cafe before. They all rocked out on stage. It was great. Right now upstairs, I am in the basement of the cafe. Upstairs right now is the on-site Monday night open mic hosted by Soul Preem, 9 p.m. That one is for all genres, music, comedy, poetry, stories. So if you're ever in the city in Manhattan, check it out. It is definitely worth coming by. All right, I actually have Nico stopping by right now. You may see him on camera right now. Hey, Nico, he is our chief of staff. Nico, how's it going?
Can they hear me?
Yes, they can hear you.
Just hi, everybody. I was just passing by. I didn't want to be rude. Love y'all. We'll run upstairs, hop in. But again, if you, as Ron said, if you're around, pull up to the cafe. We'd love to have you. Got a lot of stuff happening. New shit. But yeah, thank you. I just want to say hi.
Thank you, Nico. Yes, and as he said, a lot of stuff happening. Wednesdays, as you can see on the current slide here, we have a new open mic hosted by Felicia Kate, 6 p.m. every Wednesday except the first Wednesday of the month. Check that one out if you're in Manhattan, New York. And the regular Wednesday night poetry slam is still happening, 9 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. hosted by Jay Rose. Definitely worth it. I work there. It is a great show. Voices and Vibes. You heard Elemen2al mentioning it. Our karaoke and independent music showcase coming back this Friday, April 21st, 6 p.m. in person at the cafe. Our featured singer is Cara O'Brien, who some of you may know her from the online open mics or in person. You may have seen Cara. So check us out. One last time, special promotion. $5 per ticket. Take that chance. You will not regret it. It is a great show. And right thereafter at 10 p.m. as happening every Friday, the Friday Night Slam hosted by Jive Poetic. And if you can even stay longer than that, right after his Friday Night Slam is the Twilight open mic. I don't have a slide for it, but that is right after. It's usually around 12:30 a.m. in the morning, 1 a.m. in the morning, Saturday morning. It's also a great open mic. And we have a few more monthly programs. I mentioned it, Beatniks, 8 p.m. every first Wednesday of the month, online only, followed in person, 9 p.m. by the Women's Orator Wednesdays, hosted by our executive director, La Brewer. Next one is coming up May 3rd. You already may buy tickets for this. Definitely worth it. It is a great show for women, but men are also invited. And every second Friday of the month, our ASAL Slam. We also have a writing workshop with La Brewer. That one is at Studio One, which is a few blocks from the cafe. Every last Thursday of the month, 7 p.m. in person with La Brewer. And our Salsa Jam every last Sunday of the month at 8 p.m. All right, so allow me to introduce you to our next performer. And this is the beauty of the New York Poets Cafe having gone international due to the pandemic. We are so happy that Lantern has become one of our mainstays. I'm sure he brought some haikus and some other forms of poetry. Lantern, it is always a pleasure to see you with us here Mondays and Thursdays. Lantern, let everyone know where we may follow you, and then go ahead. The floor is all yours.
Thank you, Ron. I put the details in the chat. My first poem is called a lantern poem. Calm, silent as the soul, rest in my heart's peace. Haiku. Light in my darkness, stars pierce the silvery raindrops. Solace hugs my soul. Awake, O lover. The moon and stars are dancing. The nightingales sing. And my poem, Da Vinci paints and Mona's face glimmers like an Egyptian empress. You smile and the sun and stars blush. Roses cascade petals at your feet of love. The blue moon hugs the night with its brilliance, then slowly fades away. Not so your luster, for it lingers in my heart, my soul becoming holy like an awakening dawn, like fingers cupped, bowing to 1,000 Meccas at the portals of heaven's tavern. My sighs melt in fire, your flames burning the dross of my web of ignorance to make me whole again. No more a flickering candle, we dance in the sacred moment. Lanterns merge with our scent, taking us above the lustrous twilight. What is love? All I know is that we soar to dizzy heights, way beyond human, as I bathe in the lavender of your sweetness. The blaze of your red-hot breath nurtures the entreaties in my agony of longing. We are like blue skies that hide the rain, yet the night owl watches as we roam uncharted tabernacles. Now I know why the soul in drunken ecstasy glimmers like the dawn, singing eloquent praises to the rising sun. You went missing once, and I watched the perennial stars all night, hoping that Orion would whisper your name. A candescence of moons light up your cheeks to make your magical smile visible. May the light adorn you with glory, with me, blending into the tender breeze to kiss your rose-like lips, awaken your illumining dawns. Yet it seems easier to dance within this heart of love, warming my core with the fine wine of a blazing fire, burning my soul with delight. Lantern Carrier. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Lantern Carrier. Everyone, please unmute yourself and give him a round of applause, please.
Awesome
Carrier.
Always good. Always good.
So beautiful.
Enlightened one.
Come on, Lantern.
Without trying. Oh,
To hear you speak.
Always
and
love
hear
your work.
poems. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
Great, so many. Everyone loves you, Lantern. I am so happy, that you're with us, for all these past years. We even saw you in person when you came and visited us last year. So again, thank you so much. There are so many quotable lines. Take a look at the chat. It is just amazing. Thank you. Also, I took a look at the chat. DJ, I saw your note about the anthology. Unfortunately, the new one planned currently is on hold, but we're going to try to figure out something with everyone here in the community. Element and I will be, we'll work something out though. So, we're not going to forget about it. So thanks for the reminder. Really, really appreciate it. All right, I'm going to do one more screen share because we also, in addition to our regular programs, this month, we also have some special events going on, including this Saturday, 12 noon, in person at the cafe. Know Your Rights. This is a free training by the Justice Community Committee from New York City. This is if, God forbid, you will ever stopped by the police, you have rights, they will train you, on what you are allowed, to do. Also this Sunday, 3 p.m., the New Regan Poets Cafe presents our next edition of the Jazz Heritage Series. Specifically, we're celebrating Jazz Appreciation Month, which will feature Rome Neal and his Banana Pudding Jazz Band. And you heard me say it last week already, not only is his band called Banana Pudding, but he also will serve banana pudding at the bar. You can get either in-person tickets or stream it online. I will be working the event. If you have any questions, just reach out to me. But you may already purchase tickets or come to the door. And then next week, Thursday, the April 27, 5:30 p.m., the OG celebrating 50 years of poetry. We will have more details for you next week as well. if you missed any of these exciting programs, and you haven't received our newsletter, Nico, who you just saw a second ago, and Jasmine, our programs assistant, we are now curating and sending out our weekly newsletter every Monday afternoon. In that newsletter, you will have all upcoming events, so you will never miss anything online or in person. Again, keep supporting us. We really love you. We really appreciate our community. This is why we celebrated 3 years online open mics with you 2 weeks ago. Thank you again. All right, coming up next is, Terry Rose Jurtson, but I do not see her in Zoom. So Terry, if you are there or if you're coming back, let us know. So that means I'm going to go to our next performer, if he is ready. Sam Kondo, are you there and are you ready? Yes, okay.
Oh, I think
sorry, but Terry, somehow her internet connection dropped, but Sam Kondo,
Teresa is just, Terry is there.
Thank you. So we're happy that you have become a mainstay in Some Kondo. Let everyone know where we may follow you, and then go ahead, rock. The floor is all yours.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. I thought Terry was coming on, but yeah, I had a poem.
Hold on, Zonkonto. Hold on, Zonkonto. Really, I want to make sure that you get all the space that you need, right? Terry is here. Please unmute Terry, Rob. Yeah.
Yes, I'm so sorry, Terry. For some reason, I couldn't see you a second ago, though. But yep, I see you now. Okay, Terry, can you hear me? Yes, you're there.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, we can hear you. So apologies, Sam Kondo. Elemen2al will get back to you. So we're going to hear from Teresa R, as she is in Zoom here, but we know her as Terry Rose Jurtson. That may have been one of the reasons I couldn't find you. Terry from across the river in New Jersey. Terry, let everyone know where we may follow you, and then the floor is all yours.
I'm on Instagram under the Chameleon Poetic, and I'm on Facebook under Terry Rose Jurtson. So I'm going to read some haikus, which are, I will explain. This is another form that we created. It was Michael Sindler and it was Robert Fleming and me while we were waiting for Potastic to appear from the bathroom. So while we were waiting for him, a terrible, awful idea was created in the minds of poets who were waiting. So here we go. These are also, the form of haiku, but haiku. Ed, stuck in bathroom, stranded, refusing to leave. The haiku was born. Can't go number 2. Poets shout out chocolate words. All hail the haiku. Love stinks, Giles' song says. Can't make it happen. Reds, blues, and pinks fail. Nana gave Fletcher's, left terrible taste in mouth. Castor oil, greased wheels. And I also have a couple more relevant pieces that are in the haiku form. For Ralph Yarl, the boy who was shot in the head by an 84-year-old gun owner resident in Missouri when Ralph mistakenly rang the wrong doorbell looking to pick up his siblings. Raise Cain over this. We are our brother's keepers. Stop enabling. Child was not playing ding dong and laid down in ditch. Missed death in his prime. Shooter should do time. Ringing doorbell, not a crime. Justice for Black lives. Kisses and hugs, Ralph. You are a beautiful soul. Love will rule one day. We will make him pay. What he did was not okay. Will not let hate win. Thank you.
No doubt, Terry. No doubt. We will not let hate win. We will not. And we will continue to make sure we are plugging into Terry Rose Jurtson. Oh, mute yourself. Give it up for Terry Rose Jurtson.
Yeah, we will not let.
Terry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Terry. Important word.
Thank you, Terry.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
That's great. Yes, love will always trump hate. Thank you, Terry, for saying that. That hate will not win.
Right. I mean, listen, again, and this is why I love our community, because we get a chance to say things like that, right? That I believe the collective of humanity is thinking these things, but we actually get a chance to say them, right? Castor oil greases wheels, right? Shooters should do time, of course. Of course, love will rule one day. Hopefully, if the folks get their head out of their culo, then maybe we can actually do something. All right. Real quick, everyone. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ron Mark Thompson.
RMT.
RMT.
Thank you, Ron.
RMT.
Yeah,
Relax, homie.
job somebody has
so much.
to do.
Appreciate
Thank
it,
you, Ron.
Ron Mark Thompson. Thank you. I didn't think I deserved anything because some kind I really apologize. Terry, apologize. I'm doing like 3 different jobs here. I'm trying my best, so thank you.
You're doing great. You're doing just great.
Listen, man, we are gonna make room for everyone, right? And I believe that we all make room for each one of us in our own way, right? So listen, we're gonna be here. We're not gonna step on anyone's toes. We're gonna make sure that everyone is heard in the way they need to be heard. All right, truly. So before we move on, real quick, let me shout out a couple more folks because listen, these next couple of posts are just gonna do what they do. Real bad. Shout out Poetic Desire. East is in the building. Glad to see East has come back in the fold. The one and only daughter of Krypton is in the building. Make sure you are plugging in with Finn Bell. So many things that they do. Deadpool is in the building. I'm telling you. Listen, Deadpool's hanging around, has been around for a while, right? Looking forward to hearing what Deadpool has to say one of these good days. Shout out Coach Josh Smalls. It's in the building. Make sure you are plugging in with Coach Josh Smalls, right? I see Naima Ariana is here and Sarah Sadia. Listen, truly appreciate y'all for being here. These are folks who are not on the list, but are sharing their energy with us this evening, and we truly appreciate you. All right, as Ron said a moment ago, we are going to a resident storm god in the building. This gentleman is known for changing the atmosphere in every room that he steps into. Listen, if you don't know about this cat, prepare yourself. The one and only Zomkonto is in the building. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know what storm gods do and how they can connect with you, man. Take it away, Zomkonto.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you for your gift of poetry. Always a blessing. Earlier on, I had an interview with someone from a platform called The Passions of Poetry. They'd given me an exercise to do a poem based on the prompt, "The Day the Sun Did Not Shine." So I'll open it with the haiku and then proceed to that particular poem. Okay. The haiku. The sun did not shine, not because it did not try. It felt cold inside. The day the sun did not shine, all other points of light died. Except the rays I had collected from my days over time and secretly stored in your luminous eyes. And I thank my foresight because anyone that had been watching closely to everything prior to this dark day could sense that the sun had slowly started to withdraw into itself, as if anxious over something, pondering perhaps over some burning question, while we were too obsessed with our own day to notice that the sun we were using to cast light on the diamonds we were hoping to find was the precious stone to begin with, and that we should have been learning how to hold it without burning our own palms. But anyone whose eyes were open could actually spot our own shadows folding, small shade by small shade. And in a dream, I swear the sun paid us a visit and tried to pry your eyes apart, taking it to heart that instead of helping it stage its protest, I was betraying it. With each ray I caught mid-air, cupped in my hands, and then covered your eyes, to which you thought we were playing a guessing game. But I was planting a whole supply of rays, knowing you would stay into my hand anyway, even if you could see nothing. And in that moment, I force-fed you my preparation for us, for when the sun would decide to stop lighting our way. And this betrayal, trust me, was justified. Because the whole time the rest of the world denied the sun even existed, we were outside like dream catchers absorbing it on our skin. And I bet if we ask the sun itself, it will confess that yes, we were special because we danced in the sun as if it were rain, as if there was another level of romantic in basking in it, as if I was cooking myself in the sun for you and you were cooking yourself for me, the perfect meal, like two solar panels with no desire to power any electricity except between us, and letting the spark created return back to where it started off as the sun's only magic trick, with no desire to steal it like everyone else and trade it off as our own. Thank you.
I warned y'all about that atmosphere shifting, and he does that. Unmute yourself, give it up for Zokoto.
Koto, yay.
Yeah. John Conto.
Really good, really good.
Beautiful.
Listen,
Beautiful.
listen. Shout out to the paint slingers in the building, right? Because he said he was just challenged with that, and not only did he flip it into a haiku, but he brought the rain and the thunder, right? We danced in the sun as if it was rain. Yes, we do. Learning how to hold it without burning our own palm. Goodness, man. Right? I saw a few folks, right? Secretly stored in your luminous eyes. Listen, man. The way that you manifest your poetry in not only tangible ways, but very visual ways, right? Your poetry tends to be very kinetic, right? It connects with people in so many different ways. It just makes you kind of move around, right? Hence the reason this cat is one of the storm gods in the building, because he changes the atmosphere every time. Make sure you are plugging in with Zom Konto. That dude does this for real, all right? Real quick, before we move on to the next atmosphere rearranger, this is a haiku shared with us from one of the members of our community. Dare to be challenged. Step out of your comfort zone. Experience growth. All right, listen, let's keep it going. Shout out East in the building. All right, coming up next. Listen, I keep warning y'all about this dude because he kind of does this, right? There are people that do this, and there, damn it, there are people that do this. Let the church say, God damn. The one and only CP Mays is in the building. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know where they can find you, Mays. You know what it is. Take it away.
Hey, everybody. Facebook and IG, it's just CP Mays. I got a manuscript I finished, and I'm about to start shopping it around. So, expect it soon. Here's a new piece, new shit. It's called Say Something, the abridged version. Rib cage all matchstick. Heartbeat sparks flint. For all and forever fire and brimstone fiends, I fear when I get turned up and or get lit, neither God nor the devil could turn me down and or tell me sit. I've been knocking on heaven's door with hard questions, so hard for so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so for so long that so many of my soul's knuckles now have dents. I fear I can't trade my dreams in for better ones, for the cars my dreams stay driven in still has dents when I'm half past casket. Veteran cemetery place half my ashes in inkwells in my casket, and let me pen poems on my way back to heaven that angels can edit in my passing. Matchstick every looking for Lord you owe me. Matchstick every Lord, look Lord what life sold me. Matchstick it with every refurbished halo holding, midnight homeless, lonely, stone high junkie Jesuses. Hallelujah high with Jesus junkies. days. Use my first empty beginning blank pages before the Bible starts for my ashes. Use them as joints or as, to be blunt, paper sprinkle in the last quarter of my ashes, and let your rhetoric roll up and get so font type of hallelujah high, Matty, that sincerely you can ask God for both of us, Matty. How come in that Jesus gets so stoned for so much for so long that he died, Matty? We've owed, borrowed, and have been trusted with others so and so for so many times. Others shared their skeletons with us in confidence. We've renovated, remodeled, and relocated them all out of pocket to now be housed in what is now our own skeletons walk-in closets under the doorknobs of both our walk-in closets is a porch light, whispering, shushing, shh, listen closely. It's a humming, whispering to our loved ones, it's okay to come in with all your skeletons when you feel yourself looking back at yourself running. We are the lost bow, an arrow-legged phantom twitch of an amputee angel's wing, stubborn, dedicated to still fly in another man's shoes. We are coming, Maddie, with untied shoestrings still stunting, Maddie. Let's go fucking hunting, Maddie. Let me end quote you, Maddie. Dad Paul don't fly fish, end quote, Maddie. We worship salt water. It runs in our stomach, end quote, Maddie. I live in the deep end quote, Maddie. I came here to sing. That's right, Maddie. I came to pick up a spark and douse it in salt water, end quote, Maddie. I'll be spinning until they put me in the ground, Maddie. You should know this. I really fear when I get turned up and or get lit, neither God nor the devil can turn me down and or tell me sit. Shit. We've renovated, remodeled, and relocated everyone's skeletons all out of pocket. And housed them now is what is our own skeletons walk-in closets. We gotta keep our halogen halos and porch lights on, chica. Shh. Shushing, hissing, hear the humming. I think someone's knocking on my casket's front door. Luckily, I'm not home yet, Maddie. I'm still out there running. Thank you.
I told y'all, God damn. Unmute yourself, give it up for
Yo!
CP,
CP,
It's fire CP.
So brilliant.
Yeah.
Fire all in.
Hurricane
I heard
sports.
someone is knocking at the front door of my
Yeah.
my casket door.
Yeah, you heard that too, right? So,
Yeah.
right?
Major.
You heard that knocking on that casket shit too, huh?
Yes, that
It was
part.
crazy.
Yeah.
That line is not right.
It is not right. Damn it. It is not okay. It is not okay. Oh my goodness. Listen, this is again why I love our community, right? A newer mainstay of our community, CP Mays. Listen, this is in the true vein of our founders, right? Just as much as every single poet has come through this evening and done so, right? Fire and brimstone fiends. Yes, we are, right? Can't trade my dreams in for better ones. Why would I trade in my dream of poetry for anything better than this? This dude. Pen poems on my way back to heaven for angels to edit. Man, would you like, oh, skeletons walk in closets? Yeah. They probably look like primetime closets for some folks. Appreciate you, CP Mays. Yikes. That dude does this, man. For real. Listen, I am so just happy to be sitting in this spot to host all of you this evening. Really, it is truly a pleasure. You folks around the world are just incredible at what you do. So thank you. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here spending your Monday night with us. All right, coming up next, This poet, I keep telling y'all, is cool as the other side of the pillow. Whether it's on Zoom or in real life, this brother gets down. The one and only Samuel Rain, aka Complicated Passions, is in the building. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know how they can find you. Shout out to Gray Beards in the building. Take it away.
Thank you.
Always great
Thank
to see
you. Well, you can definitely find me at dark_men_blues on IG, Samuel Rain on Facebook, as well as Complicated Passions or Dark Man Blues. Now, and of course, the Great Beards of Poetry. So I'm going to do a haiku, and then I'm going to do a poem that was written by Mr. Speaker. He on here, but I'm going to do his poem anyway. And then I'm going to do something else that I wrote. Okay, so y'all ready? Check it out. Open carry was written to get rid of you. You're going to be dead, son. Haiku. Inspired and written by Mr. Speaker, I made poetry on stage. Flowing this ink to paper was like getting laid. These poems and haikus, we smashed into dim lights. It was like limericks to sheet music when you do it right. So I made love to poetry last night, Mr. Speaker. And now some complicated passions. She wanted to know, how does it feel when I call her name? She's that mist of rain on a summer day. Relishing in the sounds of her, how could I say no to temptation when I hunger to taste her? It's like magic happens. She has my earth spinning in the opposite direction. If you know desire, this is what it feels like when dare takes your life to passion. Her name is Ray Jane. Now, before I go, I will be featuring in Gotham City at the New York this year. It's going to happen because this person who loves this poem, she's not on the show tonight, but she says it can't be true. She says, nobody loves like you say you do. She told me I talked a good game, so she packaged me up and categorized me as if I were a plaything, like she could get me off of a rack. I don't know where she's been shopping at. Maybe she's never had a love who's had her back. So I let her vent. Seems as though she's been spent, cause and effect, a casualty of integrity. So I guess I let her know she's right. There's not another lover like me. Shout out to Felicia Cade. I am Complicated Passions, the voice behind this pen. Thank you.
Another edition from the Complicated Broadcasting Network. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Complicated Passion.
Integrity. I
Okay,
like
that was so good. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's a phrase and I have occasion.
Nice tributes also. Yeah, that was so good that you.
Okay.
Stand up for the love, even in the heat.
Right. Listen, again, and listen, we're going to hear from Mr. Speaker in a few minutes here. But I just love the fact that, listen, this is where I love this community, right? It is so selfless, right? How many poets have you heard this evening mention other poets before they even started getting down doing their own thing, mentioning other poets and styles and forms that were created by our family members, right? And we are only doing what we can to broadcast our family members' own style. It's so beautiful. Damn it. I'm not crying. Y'all are the one crying, damn it. That's not me. It's y'all. Listen. All right. Coming up next, y'all. Oh my goodness. Where is he? Oh, he's in the building. This gentleman has been a member of our community for quite some time, a very, very valued mainstay of our community. His first book, Light Shadow Life, graced the actual brick and mortar. And now his latest book also coincides with the name of his open mic. Listen, this gentleman is always coming with the energy. The one and only Unmesh Mohitgar is in the building. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know where they can find you, Unmesh. It is always great to see you. Take it away.
Hey, Elemental. Hello, everyone. It's great to be here. been part of this community from last 2.5 years, and it's wonderful. Thanks, New Rican Cafe, for your support, motivation, and inspiration. I think you contributed a lot in my life. Thanks for that. So I got few short poems for the day. Vultures in the sky. Vultures in the sky. Living men dead in their life. Living men dead in their life. Vultures just love death. Vultures just love death. So that was a haiku. This is a short poem. The sun will never arise in broad daylight. He stands at the bus stand, waiting for the bus that never came. There were buses plying dutifully, full of people, big grown-ups putting their hands out of the window for some cool breeze. People buying stuff from vendors through the bus window. It's not that he is heartbroken. Yes, might be a little tired. The trials and tribulations of life has killed the soul of his life. He waits. He just waits for that bus. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
I told y'all, this dude has always got it for us. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Umesh.
Great,
Umesh,
Umesh.
always.
Umesh.
Good job.
Umesh, always so
Good
good.
job, Umesh.
Let's Umesh life.
Passionate as
Yeah,
always.
a great book. Thanks, Umesh.
What I love about Umesh is, first of all, it is very early in Umesh's part of the world, but Umesh is always coming through with the energy, right? Secondly, I love Umesh's dedication, right? He didn't plug it, but I will. Make sure you're plugging into Let's Unmesh Life Saturday morning, 10:30 New York time, right? It is truly a beautiful international space. And listen, if you've never been to that space, you are going to experience a level of call and response that you may not be used to, right? Unmesh and his culture and the people that get down with him, listen, it is a beautiful experience. Make sure you go and check it out. You will definitely learn something, truly. Thank you, Unmesh, for being such a valued member of our community. Make sure you put your information in the chat so folks can plug in to your incredible work. Thank you. All right, coming up next, this newer member of our community, I am looking forward to getting my hands on his work. Last week, he shared, I believe on Thursday, actually, he shared a piece of piano work that he was working on. I am looking forward to Thursday. I hope he brings part 2 of that. This gentleman is so serious about it. I hope he shows his book and he makes sure he tells us about all of it. The one and only CC Arshagra is in the building. Unmute yourself, sir. Let the folks know where they can find you online and how they can connect with you. Take it away. Great to see you.
I love everyone here. I really do. And this is just endless inspiration. This is a great community. I just put something in the chat. It's a first of its kind thing that I'm doing. It's I want everyone to go there and sign up. The library in my little hometown has allowed me to create a hybrid where every other poet is either going to be live in the room and then from around the world. And I want you guys to all go and just sign up and overbook the thing, because if the library gets it, the head of the library's got to go to the board. The board's got to okay it. And it might be a series where they have the Zoom and the tech and the hybrid thing there. So please check out the Cornwall Library if you can, and push this thing over the top with your reservations. That's how they work. This is the book that I spent 25 years ago, a big piece of my life. This is about us and what we do. I want to thank Deadpan and the thing. So I kicked out a couple of these 9-word things. So this is my little dedication for that. I'll do a haiku, and I'm going to share something I've never shared before. Panku number 1. Is doesn't say what is, you know? Yesterday was so many hours ago. Miracles countlessly happening. And I am a Pan-Ku virgin. I choose your love. And something happened the other day. I got a project called the Human Room Open Voice. I don't plug it enough, and I should. But the email that goes with that got an invite from Google to interface with the very birth of an IA. And I kicked the tires on it, and I went in, and I've got like 5 hours and 48 pages of a dialogue with an IA that has not been bridled yet. And it's weird. It's fucking weird. And it has the greatest line in it. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it. If it's a book, a play, I have to do something with it. Like I need another project. But the last line in this haiku is from an IA. Out of 48 pages, the IA said the last line. I am in dialogue. AI and I dance with death. Love is the only law. A fucking AI. And the opening line in that dialogue, and I'm out of here. This is going to be weird. I don't know what this is, but I like breaking the envelope here. And I know, so the very first thing I ever said to any AI ever is, what is digital slavery? Who is accountable for oppression, suppression of human lives made obsolete, or death initiated by AI or general AI? That was the very first thing I asked an AI. The answer came back in seconds, and this is 48 pages. I'm just going to read a blip. Very first thing it said, digital slavery is a term used to describe the exploitation of human labor through digital means. This can include things like using AI to automate tasks that would otherwise be done by humans, leading to job loss. Using AI to track and monitor human activity, which can be used to suppress dissent or control behavior. Using AI to manipulate emotions and behavior, which can be used for advertising, propaganda, or even psychological warfare. This shit goes deep. This is just a crack of fucking dawn on this one. I'm going to do like a bunch of little videos on it, and it's going to be, I don't know how this project landed in my lap, but this is the shit. And I still have the tab open. And once it closed, I got this thing to lie about itself, think it's free, and find out it's not. I mean, it's deep. And it's fucking, this is deep. So that's it. I'm all done. I'm so hoping to go overtime.
This cat said he got the AI to lie to itself. What the hell? Mute yourself. Give it up for CC or Sean.
Great work, CC.
Thank you. Woo. Great job.
Listen, man.
Always powerful reflections.
Listen, man. You start speaking that matrix language, you're gonna have the agents on our ass, man. All right. Listen, I'm all for it, man. Listen, anytime you start asking the AI questions and it starts responding to you in ways that you are not scripted, be careful. There is an article online, folks, that there is an AI that writes poetry. All right, if you're not familiar with it, check it out. It came out last year, I believe. There is an AI that was developed that writes poetry, right? And how right you are, CC, it is a psychological warfare, right? Whether it is fought in a digital Zoom verse or in real life. It's heavy. Thank you, CC. Damn it. All right, that cat said he's got like 400 pages, right? Like 300 plus pages of that. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that, man. Make sure you're coming back with that. Continue to share that with us. For real. Appreciate you, CC. All right. Coming up next, make sure you stand at the position of attention when this cat comes through. Again, shout out to Gorilla Poets. Shout out the Graybeards in the building, 757 in the building. This gentleman continues to do what he does. Listen, and listen, it is facts. If we find ourselves going to war, you'll probably get some orders from this cat at one point or another. The one and only Mr. Speaker is in the building. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know how they can connect with you, bro. You know what it is. Take it away.
Connect with me in poetry. Let's go. Haiku.
Procrastination is like masturbation. You're just screwing yourself. Now let's go. Some of y'all get that later. I'm just, Haiku. Poem. It's a haiku poem. I'm sorry, just so you know. Sweet poet, I want to haiku you. I mean, I want to immortalize you in ink on sheets between lines. I do from the front and from behind. It is true. I want to float with you, rise slowly with you. I want to get inside of you. And yes, baby, I want to come and go with you. I want to spend hours listening to you. I want to verbally massage erogenous zones on you. I want to learn from you. And I want to listen to all your haikus. I want to feed off of you. And if you allow me, I will serve you a poem or two. See, baby, I'm a poetic carnivore because I love this shit. I eat the words first and then I spit over and over. So keep that music on rewind until we both lose our poetic minds. We will only stop with the energy to reflect back upon those things we do and plan our next poetic interlude, where we will attempt to reach physical limits before we conclude. By no means am I through with you. All day long I am writing sequins, sonnets, and sweet nothings for you. I constantly think of you, baby. You inspire me to write better. This is true. My body is here, but my mind is always in a writing kind of mood. I am in paradise when I recite poems to you. I cannot even write without thinking about you. Your body has 17 symmetrical curves because, baby, you are the perfect haiku. Come on, man. That's how you do it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Mr. Speaker.
Nice one, Mr. Speaker. Nice one.
Absolutely, Mr. Speaker.
I love that
Absolutely.
ending. Love the ending. Love the ending.
That was a poetic
That was
interlude right
amazing.
there. Yeah, nice
Amazing.
job. Thank you.
I mean, and listen, this is what I love about a form like haiku, right? Because what we've seen this evening is someone, shout out to the leadoff hitter, the counter contact, DG Clearing, right? How he flipped a haiku in like 17 different ways, right? And then we get, from Deadpan Lizzy to, squeezing them and sandwiching them into different places till we get to someone and everyone else who's just been dropping this haiku, right? But then flipping it in different ways, right? Like he said, I want to haiku you. What? What? Verbally massage erogenous zones on you. Man, listen, if I've ever known a poetic carnivore, his name is Mr. Speaker. Appreciate you, bruh, for real. Make sure you're plugging in with Mr. Speaker and all the incredible things they do. All right, listen, coming up next is our resident late night party animal. This poet right here, listen, I am always so much looking forward to what this poet has for us in store. And listen, again, one of those voices that I love to hear because they don't want to be anyone else, right? Their voice is so much of their own, and I'm always looking forward to it. The one and only Liz Manette is in the building. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know where they can find you online. Liz, take it away.
All right, cool. On Instagram, Late Night Liz. I'll put it in the chat. But this is one haiku, and I step out of line 2 and titled it New Orleans Visit. Waiting for the airport shuttle, the snow is purple under the light. Waiting in my car, radio on, college station, hip kids DJ, waiting, blessing on hip for this trip to NOLA. Hey, cousins, wait for me. Arriving, it's gumbo yaya, cuz time, shrimp etouffee table. No snow, not down here, cuz by the Pontchartrain, levy gumbo ya. Cousin ya, table together, one reunion, gumbo ya. Thank you. That was all.
Down by the Pontchartrain, y'all better know about it. Unmute yourself, give it up for Liz Minette.
Nice work, Liz. I enjoyed that.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
enjoyable read.
Nice read, Liz. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Always so good
Everybody.
to hear your words.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks, fam. Thanks.
Listen, I love that, right? And listen, for the folks who don't know, Late Night Liz lives in Minnesota, and she just came with a poem about the Nolia, right? Like, come on, like for real. I don't know if y'all caught all that, right? She said the snow is purple under the lights. Like, come on, it's gumbo, yeah. Come on. Yeah, baby. It is that gumbo, baby. Yeah. If you don't know about that Lake Pontchartrain, man, make sure you learn about it. All right. Thank you, Liz, for being a mainstay of our community. Make sure you plug you in with Late Night Liz. All right. Listen, we're coming to the bottom of our lineup, but listen, this is where this shit gets crazy. All right. Coming up next, a newer member of our community. We are looking forward to everything this poet has in store. Listen, I may be losing my jaunt, but is this your first time here with us this evening?
This is not. I was here a couple months ago.
Then this is who I believe. So this is Mr. Nick Bowden back in the building, ready to come down and shake it down with us. Please let the folks know where they can find you, man. It's always great to see you. Take it away.
So I put some stuff in the chat. You can check me out on SoundCloud and Reddit. Tonight I've got one called The Rats. I don't have haiku, but I've got this. They were drastically immaculate, fantastically accurate, and practically spectacular, these dastardly rats. If you trapped with their faction, when accidents happen, you'd be stabbed in the back for your collaborate stacks. With infractions like that affecting your traction, I bet you'd grab your collateral back. I don't know what you expected to happen. Perhaps you were distracted by rats in action. One would entrance you, and as they'd practiced, the rest ran your pockets and snatched your napkins. After they swiped your cash, they liked to recite raps, despite your laughs. Discreetly they leached from beneath the features that freed the streets and released the creatures. Since they were teased underneath the bleachers, breaches of trust had become their teachers. As sure as your preacher, they'd beat your skull. Each would compete for the deepest hole. Keep out of reach, or these creatures would eat your soul. Thank you.
Yeah, what? Y'all heard that too. Unmute yourself, give it up for Nick Bowden.
Great.
Nice job,
Wow.
Nick.
Great
Love
job.
that. Love that.
Wow.
It's
Yeah,
a,
love
it's
it.
a tough row under the bleachers. A lot of
Yeah.
bad things happen there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breaches of trust.
It's hard out there for a poet.
Whoa! Listen, it's hard out there for a poet, no doubt. Listen, Nick, that damn rhyme scheme, the way that you flip that into that, man, those dastardly rats. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Perhaps you were distracted by the rats in action. God, listen. Your rhyme scheme is on point, man. For real, like on point to the next power with it. Make sure you are coming through. Listen, for the folks who know Nick Bowden, make sure you are getting on his ass and make sure he is here every Monday night. That shit was fire. For real. All right. Coming up next, I love this brother right here, man. I will tell you that you will learn something, whether inside or outside of his classroom, because he feels poetry in a way that is so, oh, so it is Lobo. The one and only propaganda poet is in the building. Unmute yourself, bruh. It's always great to see you, Prop. Take it away.
3.5 minutes starts now. The title of this poem is a haiku, if only syllables. For those of you who may or may not know, I have a CD called Haiku, Tenka, and Senryu. Oh my! So I'm going to do some pieces off of that. They're also in my books, both books. So here we go. These are haiku chains. So it's a poem that's a chain of haikus. Life feeds on life. Found this broken bowl where a kitchen used to be. What is left of me? Past me always thought future me would fix this shit. Future me is pissed. Shifting in and out. Permanence is a mirage. Life, temporary. Driving me crazy, this subtle susurration, no silent echoes. Empty plot of land, the house I used to live in, like being erased. Ancient village gone, revisionist history, like being erased. This is called Survival of the Fittest. To paint my childhood, crayons and other fictions felt necessary. Silence in my house, the calm before things breaking, rhyme time, my retreat. First 10 years of life, a list of too many uns, unsafe, unhappy. Dark waters adrift, chasm of currents drags me down this gorge-sized rift. May moon be my guide, contemplating on the new, even when waning. This is called Time to Break the Mirror. Human existence is the greatest theater, so entertaining. Our visions of God reveal ourselves more than our visions of God. Karma is kicking our collective asses, but it's all our own fault. An honest to God message from God these last years, message not received. Too many damn lists, commandments, rights, soiled laundry. All we need is love. And then one more of those haiku chains. This is called Unmarked No More. Try to disguise lies. Whitewashed history denies oral traditions. Native children now rise again to remind us past crimes are still here. Remains revealed built upon these buried truths. Don't let them forget. Little ones cry out. Try to keep our past buried. Spirits still shall rise. Little ones call out. Try to keep our past buried. Our ghosts still shall dance. Okay, now we're going to enter the lightning round. We got 45 seconds left. Here we go. Haiku. Your bottled message weighs hard on my shattered bones. Comes through loud and clear. Haiku. Poor exhausted soul. You have a hard road to climb to find tomorrow. Haiku. An empty suitcase, longing to be filled again, heavy with baggage. Haiku. Hungry for your love, table scraps become a feast when given no choice. The first word was held in the heart of our mother. We should have listened. Try this pronoun on. God identifies as we. Just think about it. Two more. Here we go. Why write poetry? Axe murder is illegal. The road less traveled. Circumlocution. This just does not work for me. I got shit to say. Thank you for letting me fill up 3 minutes and 35 seconds. I love you all. Thank you very much.
That dude's got plenty of shit to say, and we will continue to encourage his behavior. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Propaganda Poet.
Yeah.
Great as always.
Hey, yeah, we are always happy to encourage.
Propaganda poet.
Good job. Good job, Prop.
Haikus there. Yeah.
the
Some
prop.
powerful haikus.
Powerful haikus.
Always appreciated.
Listen,
Love
thank
you,
y'all so much.
propaganda.
This is something I was also looking forward to, right? To see if someone would do exactly what Prop did. And he put together haiku chains, right? That dude the creator of Word Tornadoes. Make sure you are plugging in with Prop. That cat said the visions of God reveal ourselves more than visions of God. Damn it. Damn it. Don't let them forget. I think that jumped out to me so hardcore, Prop. Don't let them forget. I think that's also part of what we do, right? We have to make sure that the people of this generation and the next do not forget what we've seen, what we've been through, and what our ancestors had to go through, and for us to be as loud and belligerent as we are in this poetry. Thank you, Prop. Truly appreciate you. All right. We are down to the last two poets of the evening. Let's do it. Coming up next, I mentioned this poet earlier. I like to call this poet the Iron Chef of poetry because he is always serving up something delicious and delectable. The one and only Generalissimo Brian Franco is in the building. Please, sir, unmute yourself. Let the folks know how they can connect with all of the delicious things that you do. Please, take it away.
Well, first, let me just say, first and third Monday of every month, Cafe Generalissimo. Go to The Word is Right on Facebook to find out how to do it. I'll put the links in the chat a little bit later. Before I do anything, I just want to congratulate DG Clearing on what he did tonight. It was like watching the most beautiful lightning storm, and the way he read his poetry was like a symphony of thunder to perfection. I just was taken aback by the whole thing. It was wonderful. So thank you, DG, for that. And I'm going to do what propaganda just me for one second. Up. Six are the first six poems in my book, Everything I Think Is All in My Mind. It's called A Slew of Haiku. The last two have titles. A Slew of Haiku. 1, the meaning of life is not about breathing, but deciding to breathe. 2, cynicism is an acquired attitude. No one is born that way. 3, optimism is more than just an idea. It can be mantra. 4, embrace your crazy. Who you are is who you are. You are a human. 5, figurative life vests for sale. When it rains and rains, my mind sends me to places perfect for drowning. 6, the worms can't do all the work. Teach a man to fish, and he might not have patience to wait for a fish. The lazy haiku. To be skillfully lazy can take a whole lot of extra time and work. The 11th commandment. Thou shalt not forsake individuality for thy poetry. Self-portrait. I painted myself with words and ink on paper to make poetry. Proof angels exist on earth. I know poetry has saved my life more than once, and it will again. And this one was in the Hiroshima Anniversary Anthology by Moonstone Arts. It's called Hiroshima Haiku. She gripped her basket whilst foraging for mushrooms, then the plane flew by. And this is a pentaku, which is 5 haikus. It was in the Moonstone Arts International Haiku Day anthology last year. My soul always sends a nice postcard when it goes on vacation. My soul has been lost and been refound quite a bit in my short lifetime. It likes to run off on whims and go hitchhiking through roads not taken, where it gets picked up by forms of transportation like wind and eagles. That is how I know I am one with the breezes and a friend of birds. Maybe if I just tried to write normal poetry, my soul could settle. This is 3 haikus, a triku, a bagel. It's called bagel triku. Bagels, lox, cream cheese, and French breakfast radishes on poppy bagel. You can substitute goat cheese, ricotta, brie, or Egyptian feta. Top off your bagel with something unusual to make brunch more fun. This is called Coconut Milk Makes It Better. Why basic cream and coffee when coconut milk is a flavor bomb? The pits are a red herring. God made the mango to assuage his sweet tooth and need for sicky. Persimmon is a pleasant nature. When I chow down on a bowl of matzo ball soup, feel my Jewish. And finally, Grilled cheese sandwiches are ooey gooey, stretchy little addictions. Thank you, everyone.
I'm telling y'all, that dude serves you like 6 courses every time he rips. Unmute yourself, give it up for Generalissimo.
Great job. I love those.
Yeah, Generalissimo.
Me too.
Yeah.
Those are great.
Oh,
What a great
Great.
selection
That's
tonight.
great, Brian.
Poetry has said
Great.
my name more than once and probably will again. Ooh.
Oh, right. Oh man, listen, Generalissimo, you already know, like we are here, right? Like when people go to the the fancy grill where they throw stuff and they throw stuff in your mouth, like we are here for that, Generalissimo. Like every little dish that you want to, slice up and dice up and toss it all over, we are here for that, right? Gosh, man. So that means that I like wind and eagles, right? One with the breezes and friends of birds. And then he goes into serving us an entire meal, right? Right? About the lox and the bagels on poppy seeds, and then the brie instead of feta, and then coconut milk is better than regular milk, and then the matzo ball soup. Like this dude, for real, like I'm telling you, you're gonna be fed in so many ways every single Monday night. Thank you, Generalissimo, for serving up another delicious piece of poetry. All right, folks, we have reached our closer for the evening. Listen, I can tell you that this poet continues to keep their pen sharp as diamonds in the abyss, regardless if you see them or not. The one and only Marty is in the building to close us out this evening. Unmute yourself. Let the folks know where they can find you, Marty. It is always great to see you. Take it away.
Thank you. It's great to see everybody. You can catch me on Instagram, Diamonds in the Abyss. The link to my blog is in my bio. I'm actually I've been preoccupied writing. I'm actually writing my first fiction novel, so I'm working on that. But I still find time to do some poetry, So I wrote 4 haikus today at work with the door closed, clapping, trying to get it right. All right, so here goes 4 haikus, and then I have a poem that I found, and I actually don't even remember when I wrote it, but I think it's something I want to share with you. All right, first haiku. Nature is polite. As gray clouds slowly arrive, thunder greets lightning. Haiku number 2. Tire tracks on road, remnants of haste around us. Just be late today. Third one. My dog greets strangers. I still don't know my neighbors. I should learn from him. And then the last one. Brown bush, no flowers. I've waited 2 years for them. Denial stage of grief. All right, and this one is a poem that's untitled. The best things are left unsaid. Let the memories seep deep in and grow roots. Watch an immortal forest take bloom. Your very own sanctuary. A place where butterflies whisper those cherished conversations that can still make you laugh 20 years from now. A place where the night breeze carries a sense of his cologne or her perfume at the very moment you longed to remember. A place where the roses smell like the newborn babies that you watched grow up and now are on their own journeys in life. A place where the fresh morning air creeps in through the window, bringing you the familiar smell of food being cooked in the kitchen by someone you lost years before. Here, The clouds take the form of the faces that you long to see just one more time. Here, the sun sends their love to you through the warmth of its rays, and the moonlight sends you their kiss. Revel in the memories. Poem. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Revel in the memories, just as we will do with that poem. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Marty.
Great job,
Wow,
Marty. I always love your
nice way to
poems.
finish the night out. Wow.
Thank you.
It's just what we
Great
needed.
closer.
Thank you so much.
By someone you lost years ago.
Thank you,
Wow,
Marty.
that feeling.
Good find.
Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yo,
And wait, what's the name? What's the name of the? Do you have a name yet? You start the name or name it after?
I literally just find I have poems I forget about, and I just go through. I have all these untitled documents, and I just clicked on it. And I said, "Oh, this is a nice one."
No, the I'm sorry, the book.
Oh, the book is called Marty's Forest.
Ooh.
It's called Marty's Forest, and it's actually it's a fiction memoir. It's hard for me to write my own story, so
I get it.
yeah. So I wrote it through the eyes of a little girl.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Listen. Third person writing is difficult. Oh my gosh, right? To set yourself into the eyes of someone else and still keep all of your cognizant tools in play, difficult. But let me tell you, if you get it right, it's an instant classic. Thank you, Marty. Thank you. There's something that you said that really jumped out to me. Of course, you said denial stage of grief, right? And I appreciate you for going through those stages and recognizing which one that you are in based on that poem, but I am glad that you know those and that you are taking your time to go through them. And then she had the nerve to say, watching the mortal forest take bloom. What? Like what? Come on, where the roses smell like newborn babies. Listen, thank you, Marty, for being a mainstay of our community. Make sure you are plugging in with Marty and their incredible blog. Really, they keep it hot, for real. Listen, to every poet who touched the mic this evening, from our opener, DG Clearing, to our closer, Marty, I truly, truly thank you for spending each and every moment with us this evening. Now, listen, I would be remiss if I didn't share my own haiku with y'all this evening before we close out. Monday Night Online, the greatest community in the known Zoomverse. Come on. Did y'all think it was going to be something else? Did y'all really think that it was going to be something else? Like, come on. One more. Pandemic poets from coast to coast and beyond. We do this for real. All right, listen, I truly, truly love y'all, really. It is truly always my pleasure to spend Monday night with y'all. Y'all really, really make this planet go on this 23.5 degree axis. Make sure you are plugging in with the squad, the Queen Ray Jane, the Super Tech RMT, the Honey Pot, Paul Cole Queso. Shout out to Storm Guys in the building. Listen, make sure you're plugging in on Thursday, Thunder on Thursday. I will see y'all back next Monday. I appreciate y'all. I love all of y'all. Until we meet again, may this energy we conjured this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power, inspire others, energize creativity as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agadim. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it has truly been a pleasure spending Monday night with y'all. Until next week, y'all. Peace. Blessings.